Hello and welcome to the Ferret Business Podcast. I am your host, Yemmytheferret, aka Yemmy, aka DJ Yemmy. With me today is the ever so mysterious masked figure who is dabbling in live stream and does lots of Let's Plays. He has a simple name that is PlayerTwo, spelled out. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me, Yemmy. It's an honor to be here.
He is PlayerTwo, spelled out, on YouTube and at 22player on Twitter. Links will be down below, of course, because it's a little confusing to say it out loud.
It's only because so many people have already become PlayerTwo that I couldn't. They're all different tags. They're all different.
Yeah.
I tried my best.
So, with so many people being named PlayerTwo, how are you trying to stand out from the crowd?
Oh dang! What a first question, Yemmy. Right. Well, how am I trying to stand out? Well, to be honest, I'm not. I'm trying to do things that I enjoy, and the things that I enjoy mainly are things of creating. I love to be creative. I love to sort of, see what I can make, how I can change things, and mostly I want to make people laugh. That's kind of like what I'm interested in. So it's not so much that I'm trying to sort of stand out from anybody else. It's just more that I want to do things that make me happy. And that's sort of like a byproduct, So if I can do both, then it's a win-win situation.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's great. I think the first thing people notice when they come to your channel is your mask.
Yes.
So what is the origin of the PlayerTwo mask?
Well, originally when I started it, I wasn't gonna put myself in the videos at all. It was just gonna be voice, and sort of hoping that the gameplay and my editing would sort of relay entertainment in the videos.
Right, yeah.
But the more that I started filming and things like that, I thought, now I want to put some sort of embodiment to sort of, vary my videos to make it a bit more entertaining to watch in some situations. But similar to you, I was a bit wary of showing me, if that makes any sense. And that was the happy middle ground that I could make. And so the mask was the next decision, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see perfectly. It really looks real cool. Did you get it off of the web or like a local shop?
It was I was looking for quite a while. There was a couple of masks sites being sort of portrayed because of like fitness and things like that. Like a lot of bodybuilders and stuff use them to sort of make themselves look insane. So a lot of them were websites that I wasn't too sure on using.
Bodybuilders.
Yeah, it was really bizarre because through my Facebook feed, it was just like all these incredibly hench, Bane-looking guys with like the tiniest masks, so they looked like their head was like the smallest thing on their body. So I was like, I don't know if that's gonna set the right image. And the mask that I've got is actually a softball one, airsoft helmet, like a paintball.
Oh, okay.
And I've got that. It's from America actually, and it was shipped over specially for me to wear.
Wow.
But not for intended use. So yeah.
So I'm guessing they had to go through I guess we call it customs here. I'm not sure what you call it over there. They had to inspect the box, open it up.
Yeah. Could you imagine opening that and then thinking, that looks legit. That looks fair.
Yeah. So how do you record with the mask on? Do you put a microphone inside the mask, or you just kind of try and boost the audio from the outside?
Well, no, I use a blue snowball, and that's more of a recent thing that I've acquired. So if you like, in the first video ever that I've put up on YouTube, I like what was happening in the video, but the audio is terrible. And listening back to it, I'm like, if only I had better audio. So the microphone does the main audio thing, and because it's a mask not designed for entertainment value in this, in video format anyway. It's mainly used for protection, so it's literally the blue snowball that does all the work, and it's just making sure it's not muffled, really. So yes, outside microphone.
Well, that doesn't sound bad for being an outside microphone, that's for sure.
Well, that's good. That was a worry, to be honest. But that's always good.
So you're going to be putting stickers on your mask for the games you complete during your time on YouTube. How many stickers have you amassed so far?
Ooh, let me just have a quick look. Now, I'm trying to I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for doing so. Because the sticker book that I've got is a sticker book that's to do with graffiti, so it's nothing to do with gaming specifically. So it's mainly trying to find a sticker that represents the game in some way. At the moment, we've got 6 or 7 stickers on there.
Woo!
So it's starting to creep up for sure.
What's the one you're planning on using for Cuphead look like?
The guy that I record with, his name is Too Much Rage. He was the one that decided that one, and it's a picture of a person whose eyeballs are being sort of stressed out of their head.
Okay.
Because basically that summarizes Cuphead quite nicely, I think.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah. So are you gonna start a collection of masks, or are you just sticking with the one for now?
Well, I'm sticking with the one for now because, to be honest, I didn't think that YouTube was going to sort of go anywhere quickly. The fact that I've amassed as many subscribers as I have so far has completely blown my mind, to be perfectly honest. I never thought I'd get this far. I never thought, I would build this kind of, platform, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I thought that the mask would take quite a long time to achieve. But the plan is at the moment to use the mask every time I complete a game, or if it's a long time game, include a sticker, and then by the time that the mask is full, that assuming that I would grow at the same time, the same kind of level,
right? Yeah.
I would be able to give the mask away as kind of like a keepsake trophy.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Then, depending on where we are, either start a brand new mask or potentially do a face reveal. Who knows?
Ooh. How many subs would it be that you would actually consider doing the face reveal at?
Well, again, into the introduction one, because I wanted to enjoy YouTube. I think a lot of people find it, they see the likes of, the really famous YouTubers, and they think, oh, I can do that, and I'll be a millionaire, and then that's my life sorted. And for a lot of people, it's a bit alarming when you think, oh, actually, it's a much more difficult process than that. So I wanted to enjoy YouTube. So in the video, the introduction video, it was a joke saying that at 100,000 subscribers, that's when I would show my face. But a lot of people at the moment are saying, oh, just show it now in the stream. And I'm like, well, not this soon, but who knows? Maybe at 1,000, when I reach the gold and the promised land, I might do it then as a kind of a reward to everybody.
Yeah,
me get there.
People ask me too when I'm going to show my face, and it's like I don't really want to. One, I think I look pretty hideous. I think I'm pretty ugly. But I tried doing it on. I had another channel that was growing pretty big, not big, but it had like 1,000 subscribers, and I was doing face cam videos, and I was just getting the worst comments, and I was like, I really don't want to deal with that. It's like,
yeah, of course.
It hurts. Like your work ethic, which is why I stopped working on that channel for one thing, and kind of came to this one with a new persona, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being like I think what you're doing is pretty cool, and I think a lot of people just expect you to reveal your face eventually. I mean, people are even still asking that how-to basic guy to reveal his face, and he's at what, a million some subscribers. So.
Yeah. It's the same with there's another American YouTuber, H2O Delirious, who's the same situation, and he's at 10 million subscribers.
Yeah,
and so they're still waiting for him to do too.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of pressure, but I mean, if you don't want, people can't force you to do anything,
No, of course, yeah.
So I still got to think about it a little bit more because I like the Ferret personal. It suits me.
Yeah, totally. But I think for a lot of people, myself included, it'd be one of those really interesting things to see how the face matches up to the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think that's always, but like you said, it's always up to the person themselves, and you build a connection with your audience, your fan base, so to speak, and you've got to do what's right for you. Definitely, yeah.
And on those same lines of that topic, there was a YouTuber, or there still is a YouTuber. He's named PyroCynical, and he actually. He was not showing his face for the longest time in his videos, and then a very large YouTuber named Keemstar actually revealed his face on Twitter, and that was a very big debacle. But it was just such a shitty thing to do, and I was like, I really feel for this guy. But now he's on camera all the time, and he's doing things, and I guess it was kind of like a good and bad thing.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
I suppose so, though, but like you said, that could easily go one of two ways. That could have been the end of him or the making of him. And it's really unfair. Like you said, I completely agree with you. It's not their decision in order to do that.
So, you released a collaboration video with Frodo Fraggins and two... oh, what's the other guy's name?
Too Much Rage.
Too Much Rage,
Top
that's
Monkey
right.
was in there as well, yes.
How did the recording process go for that?
Well, luckily we're all playing on the same platform, and me and Rage, whenever we record together, we use our Elgato mainly and commentaries to record ourselves, and then we use the chat feature on Xbox in order to record everybody in our party. And it was just so, fortuitous that Frodo could join the party, and that's how we were able to get the recording. And then he live streamed the event.
Oh, cool.
So that's how we got our commentary, if you see what I mean, because he did it through Xbox in that way. But it was very, very, very fun. Very, very cool collaboration. Had a lot of fun. But obviously the time difference, us being in the UK, it was like 1 a.m. and for him it was like 6:30 or something crazy. So that's my excuse for us being so bad in the game.
So you plan on doing more collaborations with people?
Most definitely, I'm totally up for that. Like you said, like I was saying before, it's more of a case of I want to enjoy doing it. I want to enjoy creating. I want to enjoy creating community and and friendships in whatever format you want to call it. And if that's including collaborations, then 100% I'm up for that. Definitely.
So I've talked to a few people from the great country of the United Kingdom, but I've never talked to someone from Wales. Is there anything?
I see.
Is there anything different about Wales compared to the rest of the country besides there not being a flag emoji for it?
Oh, I know, it's so disappointing, right? No, not really. Then you get the same kind of people wherever you live in the world, Obviously, I'm going to be biased, but I would say that it's just different. It depends on, like, I would imagine the same as in America. You could walk down one street and you could bump into all sorts of people. What people have you met from the UK? What different places have you experienced?
Well, I was talking to Vex Exits not too long ago. I'll be talking to Chronoside soon, and I already talked to Twiggy the Tree, who's from Sweden. And then I've also talked to a few other people from the great country of the United Kingdom. And they all kind of have the same, oh, we love it here.
I think it depends on where you are. Obviously, you've got to enjoy where you live. I've recently moved, and so where I previously lived, I was not a fan. I was surrounded by people that are not the same as me. They have different sort of ethics on how the world works.
Oh, okay.
And if you see what I mean. So
yeah,
where I am now is my bread and butter.
So, I think I'm with most Americans when I say that some of the slang and words you use in Britain are a little strange to us. Words like doofer come to mind.
Okay.
But is there any American lingo that has you puzzled?
Well, I have to think about this now. It's usually stores that I don't understand what they are.
Okay.
It's to do with particular food places. Usually I look stupid because I'm like, what is that? Is that a this? Is it this? Well, there was one that I can't remember what it is at the moment, and every single time it was used, I'm like, I physically had to Google search it because I didn't understand what it meant. But no, I can't think what it is at the moment.
Well, that's all right. I got a little game we can play right now.
God, okay.
It's called Define That Slang. I just made it up for your interview, actually.
I love this already.
So I have 3 American terms, and I also have 3 British terms, and I want to see if you can define them each. So the first one is for real.
Okay. Do you want me to use it in a sentence?
I'll just tell me what you think it means.
For real means like honestly.
Yep,
like,
perfect.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
Man, I'm under pressure here.
Number 2 is plead the fifth.
Now I know this, and I'll tell you why I know it as well. Because when I was back in my university days, cue montage music, I was obsessed, well and truly, with Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I would watch like his shows and his series. Just literally the funniest things I've possibly ever seen in my entire life. And there was a section of where they had to plead the fifth, and he would sort of dress up as a particular, bad celebrity, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was sort of taken onto Nick Cannon's Wild and Out as well, and of where they would whoever the celebrity guest was, they would ask them sort of incriminating things, and they could either respond or they'd have to plead the fifth. And that is that they're not going to answer, and they're going to use the law to sort of protect them, right?
Well, actually, in the slang use of it, it means to pass the blame on to someone else. So it's close.
Right. I always thought it was because it's used in court, though, right?
Yes, it's used in court, but we use it on the streets.
On the wild streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
To pass blame on to someone else.
Okay.
All right, the final American term, number 3. This is the hardest one I could find. Zonked.
What was it? Zonked.
Zonked.
Can I have a spelling of that?
It is Z, O as in octopus, N as in Nancy, K,
Yeah.
apostrophe D.
Right. Oh, no E. Right, okay. There's a band that I like, and I don't know if you're aware of them, Yemi. It's called Enter Shikari.
No, haven't heard of them.
They're quite like a little rock band. I think you'd like them. But they have a song called Zonked, but whether the British version of that definition means the same thing. It means like you're like really tired.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's get
I'm
on.
under pressure now. I have to get the British ones right.
The British slang words. Here we go. Number 1, ivories.
Ivories. Oh, that's your teeth.
Piano keys.
Oh, I was gonna go for that. I thought it was too easy.
No one's onions. Number 2.
Oh my god. No one's onions. Where are you getting these from?
Oh, I have my sources.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let me have a think. So if onions?
No, as in like KNOW, not just.
Oh,
you know,
right.
okay. Just wanted to
Does that mean, like,
clarify.
Oh, okay. Know your onions. Is that to like know your stuff?
Be well versed
like-
in a subject.
Oh yes, there we go. Know your onions. What?
And then the hardest one I could find is
Okay.
damp squib.
Oh, I've heard this. I've heard it a lot, but whether it's used in the correct terminology, I don't know. Isn't it like when something's not as good as you want it to be?
Something that fails on all counts, mostly used for explosives.
Yes. Oh, there we go. I think it's worrying that I did better in the American slang.
But hey, that was kind of fun.
That was a good game. That was a really good game.
What did you get? Like a 6 out of 8 or something? I don't know. I only had 6.
I was gonna say, if I could have 6 out of 8, that'd be great. No, I think maybe 4 out of 6, maybe 3 or 4 out of 6.
That's passing, I'd say.
I'll take that. That's a C grade. I'll take it.
So shifting gears here, Far
Okay.
Cry 5. It is blown up on YouTube and
Definitely.
in the gaming universe. I've been playing it live. You've been playing it live. That's pretty much everyone, right? What's
Who
your
else is there?
What's your favorite part of the game so far?
To be honest, my definitely the favorite part of the game is just how immersive it feels. I know that Far Cry is kind of famous for being quite the open world kind of game. I just think that they've completely gone to town on just making it so vast, but then also so customizable. You know, that you could play the game, I could play the game, and we could take, I could take 40 hours to complete it, you could take 20 hours to complete it, and
Yeah.
we would both do completely different things. And I think that's the beauty of games at the moment, that you can both play the same game and both have completely different experiences as well, despite it being, very, very similar, obviously. But I think it's so immersive, the map work, the vehicles especially. And I just think, it's such a clever game.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of the best ones I've played so far. That's for sure.
I would have to agree with you, yeah.
Is there a single mission that stood out to you as your favorite so far, or are you still, kind of, starting off still?
Well, I'm still quite into it. I'm only in John's region at the moment. Well, that sounds very dodgy, doesn't it? I'm in the first section of the map. So there's a lot of missions. Obviously, I haven't had the pleasure of starting yet. But weirdly enough, the one that I've most enjoyed was the one that I've played today, which was the Widowmaker.
Ah, yes.
To which you just get this colossally immense truck, and it's just, that's what it's supposed to be about,
Yeah, machine guns on the front, vigilante style, going in.
Yes, very cool. What about you? What was your favorite bit so far? I know you're a bit further on than I am.
There's a mission where you have to collect bull testicles. And it was the most insane thing I've had to do so far, and I've jumped off the top of a statue.
That's amazing.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite thing so far, and I did that pretty early on. There's a cook in I think it's called it's wherever you find the pastor. He's in there, and you can do the mission for him. So that was probably that's my favorite mission so far. And then you have a little party, and you get drunk, and you wake up with the pigs, and they have party hats on.
That's incredible. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to that. That's one of those things, though. Like, how could you explain that to someone?
Well,
playing.
who's the one who had to get the idea out there? Like, hey guys, I have this really good idea. Okay.
Yeah, could you imagine that meeting?
Here's the storyboard for the mission.
Yeah. So James, what's your idea? Well, put it this way, right? You're gonna have to go and collect testicles, and then you get drunk, and you wake up with pigs, okay? And they're like, yes, what a brilliant idea that
Brilliant, yeah. All right, so final question for this podcast.
Okay.
Cuphead is a relatively new game, and you've been playing it for a little bit. What has been the most frustrating part of Cuphead?
Oh my god, where do I begin? I know I'm quite late to all of these so-called new games. I appreciate that, even though I'm easily like a year late. No, it was mainly because when I first got, I have a Mac computer, so Cuphead on Steam wasn't applicable for me, and I didn't want to pay too much for it, basically. So I'm a bit of a cheapskate. So I waited for it to be cheaper before I collected it on Xbox. But the most frustrating part, apart from probably the first ever mission that I took place, and I quite literally took nearly 2 hours to complete it. That could be the grand episode. But that has been blown out of the water by an episode I'm yet to release. There's a boss called Beppy the Clown, and oh my goodness, let me tell you. I was playing, and I was getting into the habit. It was taking me like 30 to 45 minutes to beat one of them, and I was quite happy with that. It took me an hour and a half. I had to walk away from the game. I came back 3 days later, not a joke either, and then it still took me another hour to beat him. And honestly, that mission, I've been so close to quitting the series. But it's one of those things, as the levels get harder, the joy and relief that you get at the end of it is just monumental and euphoric. So you're like, that's why I'm playing the game. For that 2-second bit of enjoyment at the end of the boss level.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think the most frustrating part for me is it's when they show you how far you got through the level, and you're like right there, and it's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you can like zoom in, and there's like no space, and you're like, no, one hit.
Where are you running to? There's nowhere to run. It's over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. I just want to thank PlayerTwo once again for coming onto the podcast and being such a good sport during the slaying game.
No, that was good. Thank you so much for having me.
The links to his YouTube channel, Twitter, will all be down below. That's @2, spelled out 2, the number, player, on Twitter.
I've made it easy for everyone.
And PlayerTwo on YouTube. Is there anything else you want to add before you bugger off?
I would just like to say, Yemmy, that I think that you are one of the good guys on YouTube, and I want to say it publicly to everybody here that if you haven't experienced this guy, seen any of his content, you are missing out. This guy is such an endearing, friendly, and supportive person. Thank you for being part of my community, and thank you for having me on your podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Wow, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It really does. So yeah, thank you one more time, PlayerTwo, for coming on. Definitely,
very much.
definitely check out PlayerTwo's channel. I'm not joking when I'm saying that you'll enjoy his content. This has been Yemmytheferret, and this has been the Ferret Business Podcast, and I hope to see you in the next episode.